Bang, let's get it. You take De'Aaron Fox over 14.5 points. I know he missed a couple of games, but he still came back in game 3 and handled that despite a loss. So it's got to be De'Aaron Fox over 14.5 points. I'll even take it if it's at 15. Let's see what I got here. I'm on underdog with it. Why his points line is at, oh, I ain't trying to do that. 14.5. We take the over. It's minus 105. Let's get it. I'm on underdog. I'm on hard rock with it in case, I might want to play a couple of these straight. That's honestly how I've been getting off, to be honest. And then Karl Anthony Towns over 4 assists. We played this a couple of times. I was looking at the model earlier and it had under 4.5 assists. But where is it at 4 assists at? Because despite yesterday's game, the last game, he was crushing this number at 4. Know what I mean? But I'm going to go see what it is real quick. Who is this? Towns. Let's see if Karl Anthony Towns' assist line is at 4. Stats. Assists. Well, you could slide it to 4 is what? Look, over 4.5 is plus 120. Over 3.5 is minus 170. The original line is 4.5. I don't get it at 4. I don't mind that hook. But like I said, I got it at 4.5 at plus 120. I think I'm taking that. I'm taking that with the De'Aaron Fox over 15.5 points. And another play is OG Anunoby. But this is just his rebounds and assists. He's hooked it in back-to-back games. I think I was more interested in the PRA. I'm pretty positive I saw that. It's at 21.5. Look how close. Missed a couple of games against Philly, but still, I don't like that. First 2 games versus Cleveland, he doesn't crack that. I think the books was leaning towards the over. Underdog has it at minus 155. You play this on Price Picks at minus 119 if you like the over there, or FanDuel at minus 112. But I don't know if I like the over now. He has been hooking the rebounds and assists. Missed a couple of games versus Philly, remember, but 7-7, that's crazy. Let me see what it is on Hard Rock. Let's see what I could get the number at. Who's next? Give me OG Anunoby. And this is his rebounds and assists. I want to see that first. Oh, I ain't gonna have no combos on here. Not all of them are on here. PRA. Wait, I got it. Rebounds, assists, and rebounds. The line is at 6.5. It's minus 125 to go over. I'm taking it. I got a 3-bet parlay here. Karl Anthony Towns over 4.5 assists. OG Anunoby over 6.5 rebounds and assists. And De'Aaron Fox over 14.5 points. And I got a profit boost. Bang. Bang. Let's get it. That's going to be the first 3. But I'm saying the first 2 like there was a ton. But if you go to Daily Grind Fantasy, bro, the Sunday game, this is on Dabble. The Sunday game, these lines will not last. I guarantee if I hit refresh, most of them will be gone. Look, I already told you. They flipped already, but still. In the MLB, we sharp. NBA, we sharp. Victor Wembanyama, Lou Dort, under 10.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But it seems like nothing for the NBA game on Saturday. Jared Allen under 8.5 rebounds. That's still profitable right there. But that's on Dabble. Let me go to Underdog and see if we got anything here. It wasn't earlier, or not when I started. MLB, NBA. See? This is not extremely valuable. Not compared to what we just saw at Hard Rock. Even though some of these 2-pick entries, yes. Some of the 2-pick entries, yeah, I don't mind them. But again, all for Sunday's game. Nothing for Saturday's game. Dennis Schroeder over 2.5 assists. Man, come on, man. Nobody playing that shit. But nothing for Saturday's game, which is crazy. But right now, the only pick I have is the 3 I just showed you on PickFunder.app. This is PickFunder.app, the code of Villa Rico. 10% off for life. De'Aaron Fox over 14.5 points. Karl Anthony Towns over 4.5 assists. Don't get it twisted. Over 4.5 assists is what I did. I'm gonna bump it up right there. So you can see he was crushing this. Just missed in game 2. And then OG Anunoby. hopefully he's 100%. Like, but still, it's not like he got me a lot. He hooked it back-to-back games, but he's been crushing it. All these games are playoff games now when you look at the last 10. And he missed 2 games and then only did not cover once against Philly. Like, I like that. Place that. I thought I placed that already. I hope I ain't play that twice. They won't let me do that, will they? No. Hey, over on the MLB model, I made some huge changes. First off, home runs in first 5, they had to go. Those records were abysmal. And obviously, the home run is not like a daily prop. Kinda. You know what I mean? Anyway, I've added total bases and hits allowed. Right now, hits, runs, and RBI isn't doing as well. Had a crazy run to the downside over the last few days. But strikeouts still up there. And then pitching outs. The thing about pitching outs, like it catching the first line, which is usually low. And by the time you make it to the sports books, the shit went from 15.5 to 17.5. But obviously it's doing well because it's catching that first line and grading itself on that. But hits allowed and total bases are in the building. Let's see what they look like. You see Mickey Moniak over 1.5 total bases. It should be clearly point that out versus Mickey Moniak over 1.5 hit, runs, and RBI. Obviously, this link is in the description. Some of you already got access to it, but made some updates and tighten the parameters. We're still getting a bunch of plays, but obviously this is what you do with a model. Speaking of which, I've also started a little player prop report to see which plays actually hit when the model selects them. Let me hit refresh, see if I refresh this. But I have to keep going to each individual player to ensure that it's doing this correctly, because I got fade these players when the model selects them. Look, Mickey Moniak on there 0-4. I just went over his prop. Anyway, I'm showing fade these players, and then I'm showing players that are just hot. Now, I know for a fact over the last week, Aaron Judge, Xavier Edwards, Cody Bellinger, those have been smacking. I was able to play a few of those, but I can't see how long ago that 7-0 was for Kyle Schwarber. I don't know which games it was, so that's kind of hard to break down. But still, when the model selects these players, they are going off, and you can see in which category. For example, Xavier Edwards hit, runs, and RBI went 4-0 when the model selected him. But it's also difficult to distinguish when that happened if you didn't see or play all plays. However, what I'm going to do is add some sort of denotation beside these players' name. If the player's name is on this list, then over on the main page, it should denote that this is a hot player. You know what I mean? You get it. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, link is in the description. There's a ton of plays to catch. If I want to do any specific plays, I'm going to the top 50 plays. Make sure to just refresh and then pick a parlay from here. Jalen Williams, is he hurt? His line at 13.5 points. Like, is he going to play? Did he play in game 3? I don't know. I've been out of it. Did he play in game 3? Under fucking one easily. Wembyama had 4 rebounds. That's unacceptable. I don't know if Jalen Williams played or if he's gonna play. No, he did not play in game 3. Why we got a prop for him? What is this pull from? Mitchell Robinson over 6.5 rebounds is a stretch. No. How many minutes is he gonna get? James Harden, never again. Over 18.5 points. He might go off one game, but nah, I'm not doing that. I like Jordan Clarkson to score 2 baskets. Keldon Johnson as well. You see, I showed you the model had the under here at 4.5, but it's plus 120. I took the over for Karl Anthony Towns. And you got Evan Mobley over 15.5 points. Chet over 13.5 points. OG Anunoby, we're on that play. But it's some decent ones there in the top 50. Paul Skeens not to give up 5 hits. Look, hits allowed under 4.5 hits. A couple of pitchers. Robert Gasser under 4.5 hits. There's so many plays here. But again, for the Saturday game, Mitchell Robinson over 6.5 rebounds is blowing me right now. Cause like, what has this been happening? Mitchell, have you been dominating the boards like this? I see your line at 6 here. Hell no, I didn't think he was. Like, is he getting minutes like that? Hell no, he's not even playing 17 minutes in every game. Hasn't played over 14 minutes versus Cleveland. Why is his rebound line at 6.5? What are the books saying? Scroll down. They ain't even got, only Prize Picks has that here. If I bump it to 6.5, does any other books have it? Yes. And they heavily juiced to go under, as he has not covered 7 rebounds in 6 straight playoff games. He's done it twice over the last 10 playoff games. I don't know why you like that. I have no idea why you like that. Why this is a valuable play. We might need to do some tinkering. Anyway, again, let's just do, well, this is what I'm going to do for my 3-pick entry. My 3-pick entry. Damn, that's for Sunday. I don't care. I'm taking Keldon Johnson over 8.5 points. I'm taking Keldon Johnson to go over 8.5 points. Where is this point line? Yes, -110. And then Evan Mobley over 15.5 points. We take Evan Mobley to go over 15.5 points. Where you at? Points. Come on, man. Over 15.5 is -125. Let's get it. And then Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 assists. No. I just hope OG Anunoby is 100%. What about Shea to score 30? That should be easy, right? Let's go see what Shea did tonight versus San Antonio. Because they beat that ass. He only scored 26 points. He only scored 26 points. He was 6 for 17. Jesus. He went 12 for 12 from the line, though. Nah. I wanted another NBA play for the day, but it don't look like we have any. The rest of this is all baseball, which I do want to get down on some total bases and some hits allowed to see how that smack. But I got it tracking. We'll see. I don't have a third play unless it's just going to be Luke Cornett that scored 3 points. Has Luke Cornett even scored? I know he spells Wemby, but like, is he getting any shots off? 2.5 points. Is he getting any shots off? All he needs is 2 baskets. He scored 2 baskets twice against San Antonio. What is the field goal percentage? Field goals made. Look, he was 2 for 2 and 2 for 3. He's going to get his 2 shots, and they're going to be rebounds, and he go back up. Like at Luke Cornett over 3.5 points. That's going to be the third play. Go back to my bet. Give me Luke Cornett to go over 3.5 points. Where is he? Come on, man. Luke. Oh, of course he ain't gonna be on Hot Rock. Y'all lame as fuck for that. Don't worry, I'm on Hot Rock for a reason, because I can make this a 2-pick entry. I am not afraid of that. It played plus 244. I'm down. It's Keldon Johnson over 8.5 points and Evan Mobley over 15.5 points. Right, that's where we at. Yo, I'm disappointed that I missed all this value on Hard Rock because it was so much. I'm telling you, it was so much. Now Alex Caruso over 15.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He went dummy in game 2. What did he do in game 3? He had 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. That might be the play. And he got 24 minutes. Took 4 shots, went 3 for 5 from behind the arc. He's hot. It's hot in both of those games. I mean, there is a play there, and maybe Devin Vassal's definitely hitting more than 2 threes. Devin Vassell is definitely hitting more than 2 threes. But just not a ton of value how it was early. I'm not going to force myself to play a bunch of those. Don't forget about the link. Hit the link for the baseball shit. There's so many plays. I just want, to be able to just select any 5 in this smack. But that's the point of you, tightening parameters to make sure that it's performing extremely well. And then there's a long season ahead. But there's so many plays. Do what you will. The link is in the description. I'm really Rico. You already know. Let's get this dough, bruh. Peace. I'm out.